Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video, hopefully I'll be able to save you a lot of money with your Virgin Media broadband. Now, if you are a Virgin Media customer and you've been with them a little while, you probably know by now that when your contract comes up for renewal, generally the renewal prices aren't particularly stellar, and certainly are no match considering what a new customer would get, which seems really counterintuitive that if you're a new customer, you pay less, whereas if you've been a customer for a while and you've got all the equipment set up in your house, that they actually want to charge you more to stay with them. Seems very weird to me, but all companies seem to do it for some bizarre reason. So today's video is about how to actually save yourself some money. Now, if you want to save yourself some time as well, you can just head down to the video description and all the information you'll need will be there. But if you want to go through what I went through, and maybe I can teach you some of the pitfalls and some of the proactive things you can do to reduce your monthly bills, then keep watching. Okay, so the first thing to be considering if you are a Virgin Media customer is the fact that you have to be a little bit tough with them. Now, you can, if you want to, go on to their online format website and speak to one of the chat advisors, and you can try and negotiate yourself a deal. Generally, this is a little bit hit and miss sometimes, depending on whoever is on the other end of the chat. You may get a reasonable deal, you may not. It's very much hit or miss. The secret to actually getting a better price is to actually just cancel your service. Now, don't take this as advice, because potentially you could do this and it is a gamble and you may end up not getting a better deal, but it does seem that an awful lot of you do actually manage to get a better deal, and I did personally manage to save myself a lot of money, the best part of, well, essentially half price, and over a number of months, like a 24-month contract, that works out to be an awful lot of cash. But threatening them with cancellation isn't everyone's cup of tea, I totally understand that. But it is quite easy to do, and if you look in the video description and also hopefully underneath me at the moment, you will see the Virgin Media retentions department number. Now, this isn't always given out. It's actually not until you actually get a call from them once you've cancelled that you actually get access to this number. It isn't really publicised anywhere, so I'm putting this number here to save you some of the hassle, because what you can do, rather than actually going through the rigmarole of cancelling online, etc., and doing all that stuff, which can take a while, especially if the assistant on the other end is a little bit on the slow side or trying to keep you as a customer, it just cuts out that time. So that can save you roughly about an hour. So essentially what you can do is just go straight to the retentions team and just speak to them and just be completely honest and say, look, I'm going to leave. The pricing is awful. There's competitors nearby with great pricing. What can you do for me? So that is what I would suggest to do. Now, to get some idea of the difference in pricing, let's take a look now at what my renewal was actually priced at. So this was actually sent to me. My contract was due to end in May this year, so 2026. And I was paying at the time somewhere around the sort of £46 mark a month. Now, for that, I was getting the Virgin Media broadband, I was getting the 1 gig service, and also we had the TV box, and also we have a dedicated phone line, and also with that phone line we have the local rate calls, etc., which you get a little bit of a discount for kind of local rate calls or off-peak calls. That is normally somewhere in the region of about £8 a month, depending on kind of your whereabouts and when you signed up, etc., etc. So around about £35-ish for the broadband, which isn't horrible, but it could be better. If you are a new customer, this is what you'll be looking at paying. So there's various different options, but just looking up today from a postcode near mine, but not that near, a reasonable deal, around about £35 or so. And in fact, if we go to the computer now, I'll show you more so you can see a little bit more of what you're likely to expect. So on the Virgin Media site, I just put in as a new customer. So this would be kind of essentially what you're looking at getting the best deals. So if you just wanted the 125 fibre, looking about £24 a month. The 1 gig is what I'm currently on. And for new customers, then you would basically get it for £30 a month. If I add on the extra £8 for the physical phone line and also the cheaper calls, so you'll be looking around about just under £40, about £38, which isn't terrible, but obviously it could be better. And of course, if you go for the 500, like, it's £2 less, so you might as well go for the 1 gig one. Also as well, there's options for the Vault service. So if you're on O2 and you have an O2 phone on the same email address or contract, then you can get a reduction, or you can basically double up your speed. So you could go for the M500, have an O2 account, and they double it up. So yeah, there's not a lot of difference between them anyway, but that is essentially what you would be paying as a new customer. So if we look at that compared with what I'm actually paying at the moment, which was around about £45–46. Again, you'll be seeing this from a screen grab which I took. And also what they actually wanted me to renew at, which I think was something crazy, like about £80+, going up to almost £100 when the contract had gone over 12 months or something. Again, it's on the screen, I can't see it at the moment, but you get the general idea. It's hideous. It's basically double or at least 3 times as expensive as it potentially could be. Now, another thing you can do if you want to use a little bit of bargaining power, you can go to another supplier. So for us here in the UK and in this particular location, we've got the option for the YouFibre. So YouFibre you can get on a monthly rolling or 12-month fixed price contract, and for a similar sort of speed, so the U1000, which is a little bit slower, 900 megabytes per second against sort of 1100 megabytes per second with Virgin Media, but it's got a much better upload speed, whereas Virgin Media is basically a tenth of that. So you do have to take that into consideration if you're doing a lot of uploads, but essentially that was £30, so similar sort of price as Virgin Media, but if you're a new customer, you can sign up and get it for £25 a month. If you do wish to add on to that a phone line as well, if you do still need a physical phone line and those free calls, that adds on about an extra £10. So you're in around that sort of £35 mark, which is essentially the same as what Virgin Media would be. So it's very similar. But again, if you are coming up to renewal time and they're trying to get you to spend sort of 40, 50, 60 pounds for an equivalent service, you can use this as a bargaining tool. You can basically say, look, I've looked up online, YouFibre, or insert your broadband provider of choice, will offer me X amount of deal for X amount of cash. So you can use that as a bargaining tool, which is pretty cool. So there you go, there are some of the comparisons, what you potentially could pay. And for me, again, I used the retentions number. I actually thought this was going to happen anyway, so I actually told them I was cancelling and I waited for a phone call to come back. One of the ways you can get around it as well is if you wait for them to phone you back, it will come through on the number which is in the video description, which was on screen as well, and ignore the number. And the longer you ignore it, potentially the better deal you can get. Now, depending on your nature and how much you want to fight for a better price, the longer you leave it, the more chance is of getting a better price. So if they phone you and they suggest, well, we can do whatever price and isn't quite what you're after or isn't quite as competitive, you can say, no, it's all right, I'll keep on cancelling my service. Normally you have 30 days, and if you are somebody like myself and the family where we've been with Virgin Media for such a long time that we've got email addresses tied to the service, that is the biggest complaint, that the email addresses, obviously if you leave a service, then you're going to lose the email addresses potentially. Now, don't worry, if you are with Virgin Media and you do choose to cancel because the pricing isn't brilliant, then after the 30-day cutoff period, they will also give you a 90 days grace period for your email accounts before they're essentially turned off and then potentially reallocated out to somebody else. So it's not like it gets cut off immediately. And if you do say to Virgin Media, I do wish to cancel, it isn't going to cancel on the same day. It's normally a 30-day thing. And generally, if you do it slightly before your contract ends, so ideally I think it's about 35 days before your contract ends, there's no penalties involved. So if you do decide to terminate, you have to give them that thing. If you do it 30 days or less, you do then go into the next month, so potentially you could get a bump in your bill. Anyway, I'm probably confusing some of you right now. If any of this isn't entirely clear and you want more help with this or more advice, now this isn't financial advice as such, just things that I've learned and have worked out well for me. But if you do want to learn more, feel free to let us know in the comments section below, or alternatively, join us on our Discord and we can go through it at a kind of slower pace if need be, and you can tell me about how much you're being billed and what other services may be available to you, and I'll give you some hints and tips. But I did find the Virgin Media help service in general isn't very good, and I think a lot of people agree with me saying that their customer support is pretty poor. But Having said that, if you go directly through to the retentions team, they are excellent as far as I'm concerned. They've been very good, very helpful, managed to save me an absolute fortune. And in fact, even after my 24-month contract, which I've just signed up for, even when that expires at the end of it, I will still be paying less in 2 years' time than I was a month ago. And also they gave me some credit back for the month overlap. So it can be potentially a little bit of a windfall for you. And again, I've saved somewhere in the region, potentially, I would argue £300-400, potentially more, if I didn't go that extra mile and threaten to cancel them. So yeah, I think it's pretty decent. Hopefully it's going to save you some money as well. I think that's going to pretty much wrap this one up. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.